Hello viewers and my dear students. Welcome to session 3 on thermal analysis, demo on simple 1D heat conduction problem typically known as furnace wall problem. This we have already started in session 2. We'll continue with that in this session. Now as you know, in the earlier session I had selected the element, okay, I had selected the element as plane 55 and had fit the material properties and had done the three rectangles also. Three rectangles, as you know, one rectangle is, this rectangle is 0.135 by 1 meter and this is 0.075 by 1 meter and this is 0.115 by 1 meter. Okay, that means there are three materials and here it is the furnace where you have 870 degrees centigrade. Here you have 40 degrees centigrade. Okay, perpendicular to the flow, the area of cross section is 10 meters square. 5 into 2, 10 meters square. That will finally multiply. Okay, that is to get Q, capital Q. Okay, now by doing this problem, we are actually getting heat flux. That is heat conducted per unit area we get. Anyway, now I have got three areas here. Okay, three areas: first area, second area, and third area. You please look to that problem. This is 0.135, this is 0.075, and this is 0.115. I have assumed 1 meter as the height. Okay. Now once you do this, you have one important command here. Okay. Create, you operate, and this menu pops up. No, here Boolean glue is there. You have to, in the thermal analysis, unless you glue the areas, you won't get the answers. Glue areas, okay, glue areas, you pick the first area, you pick the second area and say okay. Okay, you first pick the first area, second area and glue it, and the same way glue areas, pick the second area, pick the third area and say glue. Okay, once you glue the areas, now the next thing is, you see here, meshing. See here, meshing, you have to be careful. This has a thermal conductivity of K1, this has a thermal conductivity of K2, this has a thermal conductivity of K3. You have to manage K1, K2, K3 carefully. That is why meshing, mesh attributes, okay. Now once you go for that, mesh attributes, you go for picked areas. Picked areas. This area you pick. This area has a thermal conductivity of 1. Okay. You pick, you immediately material number is 1. Just say apply. Okay. Then second area you take. Say apply. Take 2. Apply. Okay. Then take this apply, take this 3, and now everything is over. No, then say okay. That means you assign this as material number 1, that is thermal conductivity 1, this as thermal conductivity 2, this as thermal conductivity 3. That means this mesh attributes, there is no single material here, there are 3 materials. I have clearly assigned this as a material number 1, that is thermal conductivity of 1.2, this has 0.14, this has 0.85. I have already given under material properties. First one I had fed 1.2, next one 0.14, 0.85, material number 1, material number 2, material 3 I have fed. Now you go for size controls. Okay, for meshing is, now it is just a geometric model. Unless it is converted into finite element model, you can't analyze or process this problem for the exact answers. Then you see size controls, you see size controls, picket lines. Okay, picket lines, see here this line and this line and this line, this line, this line and this line. Okay, I'll say okay. I'll have number of divisions, let us say 10. Okay, it is up to you. Okay, number of element divisions 10 you have. Okay, then say okay. That means here you will have 10 elements, here you will have 10 elements, here you will have 10 elements. Now in this vertical line, again, manual side picket lines, I'll take this, this and this. Okay, I'll say okay, and I'll make 30 here. I'll say okay. That means here you have 30, here 10. Okay, in that way here 30 elements, here you will 10, 10 and 10. In that way you are now getting the mesh. You just see here. Now please understand, here I have divided 10 lines and 10 divisions. Okay, here I should get 10 elements. Here I should get 10 elements. Here I should get 10 elements. Okay, 10, 10, 10, that is 30 elements here. That means into this. Okay, I have taken 30. In that way, so many elements are almost. This is here itself. You have 10 into 30. Here also 10 into 30. Here also 10 into 30. So many elements you get. To get the elements, go for mesh, areas, free, select this, and select this, or you can use even pick all. Okay, do. It takes time, you have to wait. Okay. Now as you see here, so many elements here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 elements, 10 elements, 10 elements. In that way here, 30. In that way, you can know so many things here. Here itself 10 into 30. Here also 10 into 30. Here also 10 into 30. You can imagine how many elements are 10 into 30 into 3 times. Okay. Now this has been done. Now once you do this, okay, carefully you see, meshing has been done. Once meshing has been done, next you go for loads. Loads, analysis type, once you check new analysis, steady state it should be. Okay. Then if it is steady state, okay. Then you directly go for loads, define loads, apply structural, apply thermal, temperature. On lines you take, click this line, end line, and say this is temperature. This end line should have 870 degrees, no? It should be 870. Just say okay. That means this is subjected to, here is the furnace, and this is subjected to 870 degrees. Okay. Same way, apply thermal, temperature on lines, pick the right extreme line and say okay, and temperature you make it as 40 degrees. It is, I think it is 40 degrees you make. Okay, once you do this, okay, now you have meshed it, you assigned the properties. This is material 1, material 2, material 3, and you have clearly said this is subjected to 870, this is subjected to 40. Now you can go for the solution. Solution, solve, current LS you do. Now it takes time. Okay, you wait for a few seconds. The solution is done, should be obtained. Solution is done, should be obtained. That is you got. Now you are in the right track. That means your procedure is okay. That's what you conclude. Okay. Now once you do this, this is pre-processing, solution phase and all that is over. Now we go for post-processing. In this general post-processing we go. Okay. In the general post-process, first the important things are, what I have told you is, you see here first let us say plot results are. Okay. These are all the things. What you should know here is under plot results, no, nodal solution. Okay, nodal solution, DOS solution, nodal temperature. Just say okay. Now 870, red is 870, this is 40. Different bands have different temperatures. Okay. Now you carefully see here. Now I want to verify the interface temperatures also. This I'll come to that. Okay. Okay, contour plot, nodal solution. This is this. And don't forget this plot controls, and write meta file, invert white and black you do, and give one name. That is temperature plot. You store it on desktop and you take the printout and paste it in your record book or give it to the examiner if he asks. Then another thing is nodal solution. Thermal flux you see. This thermal flux, as you see here, you should get thermal flux vector sum. If you see, if you're done correctly, you should get 1059. this is exactly the answer what I have got by theoretical means. That means you have done things perfectly well till now. Okay, this is the thing. Then another important thing, this also you do plot controls. Okay, write meta file, invert white and black, and give this as this is thermal flux plot. You store it on desktop. Okay, and that is anyway in paint. This black would have been this black color would have been white. In that way, that you can easily take the printout. Okay, otherwise you select the areas and all that. You paste it in Microsoft Word. Okay, and in one page itself you can get all the plots. Now I am telling you, one is the temperature plot I got, one is the this important thermal flux plot you got. This is 1059.34 watt per meter square it is. Okay, watt per meter square. This also you got. Now you see here, there is one more here. Vector plot you see. Vector plot predefined for thermal flux. You see here, this if you see, beautifully one-dimensional conduction problem. Typical example is this, how it is going here, you can see here. That means heat is being transmitted, heat is being conducted from here to here. From the region of higher temperature to lower temperature it is going. That is 1059.34 watt per meter square. This is the thing what is being going out of this furnace. That is furnace wall thickness, total thickness. That means this is actually, we call it as heat loss to the surrounding or atmosphere. Okay, that is heat loss is this 1059.34. This is the heat loss to the atmosphere. Okay, now we have got this plot also. You take it plot controls under write meta file under invert white and black. In that way, this vector plot also you have it. Now you see here, I'll tell you to find the interface temperatures. I'll tell you. See here, nodal solution, DOS solution, nodal temperature, you get it here. Okay, now if you get this, you carefully follow here. Okay, now I'll do for plot controls, numbering, node numbers on I'll do. Okay, node numbers on I'll do. I'll select the zoom model. Okay. See here at this at this that is material 1 to material 2 interface is 2. Okay, this 2 you should have the T2 should be how much? It should be 750.82. Okay, this is node number 2. You should have 750.82. That means anywhere here you should have the same temperature. First we'll verify whether it is okay or not. Okay, now what I'll do, list results, nodal solution, nodal temperature. Okay, if you see T2, you see here 750.82. Can you see that? You have proved at T2 it is 750.82 is proved. That means whatever you got is perfect here. In the same way, at the interface of this also we'll take this. See here. Now, between second and third, okay, between second and third, 342 one sample, anywhere here, okay, anywhere on this line, you should have the same temperature, but I'm taking one sample, 342. Now you take 342 fast, 342, if you see that, 342 should be T3, it should be 183.3. to 183.3. In that way, you have done the things perfectly well and you have completed in all respect. You have found out the interface temperatures. Okay, you found out the interface temperatures. You have found out the correct plots. All the plots you have done. That means temperature plot, flux plot, vector plot, heat loss to the surroundings you have found out. Interface temperatures also you have found out. Anywhere in the line you should get the, anywhere on this line now. You can expand and see the numbers. Okay, then you can plot controls numbering. You can switch it off also. And anywhere on this line, you plot that numbers now. You should get the same temperature. This is T2 temperature. This is T3 temperatures. You please verify. Now we have come to the end of session 3. Thank you very much for viewing. Thank you, friends. Thank you.